The lights dimmed over the massive stage. 1,000 faces faded into the dark, leaving one small boy standing under a single beam of golden light. His shoes were old and a size too big. His shirt, buttoned all the way to the top, trembled slightly as his chest rose and fell with each anxious breath. The microphone in front of him felt taller than he was. "Name," one of the judges asked, leaning forward. The boy cleared his throat. "Eli Turner." "I'm 11 years old," the audience murmured. His voice was soft, cracked by nerves. "And what will you be singing tonight?" "Eli, Hotel California," by the Eagles. A ripple of surprise swept through the crowd. That song was a classic, haunting, complex, and timeless. Even adults struggled to sing it, but here stood a skinny, shy boy with messy brown hair and trembling hands, about to take on one of the most iconic songs in music history. One of the judges, a strict producer named Marcus Hale, leaned back with an unimpressed smirk. "That's a big sign, kid. You sure you were ready for that?" Eli nodded, gripping the neck of his old, scratched guitar. It was missing a tuning peg, and the strings looked worn. "I've been ready for a long time, sir." Flashback, 2 years earlier, a tiny trailer sat at the edge of a dusty Nevada highway. Inside, the sound of a boy humming filled the space, soft, broken, but pure. Eli sat on his bed, strumming his guitar. His mother, a waitress named Lily, watched from the kitchen, exhaustion in her eyes. "Sweetheart," she said, "you should be out playing, not stuck in here with that old guitar." Eli looked up, smiling faintly. "It's okay, Mom. When I play, it feels like Dad's still here." Lily's face fell. She turned away quickly, wiping a tear. Eli's father, a musician who used to play on street corners and diners, had passed away in a car accident 2 years before. The only thing he left behind was that same battered guitar and a note taped inside the sound hole that said, "Play until the world listens, son." Life hadn't been easy since then. Lily worked double shifts at the diner, sometimes sleeping in her car just to save gas. Eli would sneak in to see her during her breaks, singing for the customers to earn a few tips. Some nights, they barely had enough for dinner, but Eli never complained. Music was their only escape. One day, while busking in front of a gas station, an older man stopped to listen. His beard was silver, his jacket covered in patches from different rock tours. When Eli finished, the man clapped softly. "You've got something special, kid. What's your name?" "Eli." The man nodded. "You ever think about performing on a big stage?" Eli shrugged. "I don't think they'd let me." The man smiled. "Maybe they would. Here." He handed Eli a crumpled flyer for America's Voice, a national talent show. Eli laughed nervously. "I don't even have a ride to the city." The man pointed to his dusty pickup truck. "Guess what? I do." That stranger, named Ray Donovan, became Eli's unlikely mentor. He'd once been a touring guitarist before life, and bad choices had taken everything from him. Seeing Eli reignited something inside him. Together, they practiced every night after Lily's shifts. Ray taught him breath control, emotion, phrasing. But more than that, he taught him why people sing. "It's not about hitting the notes," Ray said one night, watching Eli strum. "It's about hitting the heart." The day of the audition, Eli and Lily arrived in the city with nothing but a backpack, the old guitar, and hope. When they reached the auditorium, hundreds of contestants waited. Some were dressed in sparkling outfits. Eli wore his dad's faded denim jacket. He was nervous. So nervous that at one point, he whispered to his mom, "Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe Marcus Hale's right. This song's too big." Lily crouched down, placed her hands on his shoulders, and said, "Eli, you don't sing songs. You sing stories. Tell them yours." He took a deep breath, and walked on stage. The performance. The crowd was silent as Eli started to play. The first notes were shaky. Marcus sighed, already reaching for his buzzer. But then something happened. Eli closed his eyes. His fingers found the rhythm, slow, soulful, drenched in feeling. On the dark desert highway he began, his voice soft, almost fragile. But each word carried weight, pain, memory, and heart. The guitar, though old and imperfect, sang with him. Every chord trembled with sincerity. By the time he reached the chorus, "Welcome to the Hotel California," something magical filled the air. The lights seemed to soften, the audience leaned forward, and even Marcus put his hand down. The judges exchanged glances. This wasn't just a cover. It was a story. A journey. The voice of a boy who'd lost everything, yet still found beauty in the pain. When he reached the final verse, his voice cracked, but it didn't matter. That imperfection made it real. He ended with a whisper, "You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave." Silence. Then, thunderous applause. The audience stood. The judges looked stunned. Marcus rubbed his eyes, his usual coldness melting. "Eli," he said quietly, Who taught you to sing like that? Eli looked out at his mom in the front row, tears glistening in her eyes. My dad did. He said one day, the world would listen, and then it happened. Marcus stood up, eyes wet, and slammed the golden buzzer. Golden confetti exploded from the ceiling, raining down on Eli as his mother rushed to the stage, hugging him tightly. The crowd chanted his name, and the other judges stood clapping, some wiping tears from their eyes. Ray, standing in the back, smiled quietly and whispered, "You did it, kid." Months later, Eli's performance went viral overnight. Millions watched as the shy boy with the broken guitar reminded the world what music truly meant. Offers poured in, but Eli stayed humble. He and his mom moved out of the trailer, but he still played that same guitar, never fixing the missing tuning peg. In every interview, he said the same thing: that guitar isn't broken. It's just like me, it's got a story. At the final show, Eli performed again, this time dedicating it to Ray, who had quietly passed away before the finale. His words echoed through the hall. Some angles wear leather jackets and drive old trucks. As the lights dimmed and the final chord rang out, the audience once again rose to their feet. When the video ends on YouTube, Eli looks into the camera, eyes soft, voice steady, and says, "If you've ever been told your dream's too big or your voice too small, just play anyway."